All right, so you obviously hold XRP, but what about Axel? We're going to be talking about it, specifically breaking down what kind of value that adds to XRP and even the XRP ledger, and why I personally believe everyone should have some Axel in their portfolio if you do hold XRP. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hope that by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. And also, if you're not already following me on all social media platforms, you need to right now to make sure that you're not missing out on any future updates, and join the free Discord as well to absolutely crush this cycle and make a ton of profits. Now, also, it's completely free. So what are you missing out on? You're not spending any money. You're just joining a free Discord and being a part of a massive community of well over 6,000 plus individuals. So join it now to not miss out. Now, as we do look at Axelar, yes, we know about the partnership announcement with Ripple and Axelar, which I will go in depth on, break it down. But beyond that, not a lot of people have been looking into how big Axelar has become in a very short amount of time. I put out a post the other day and I said, if you hold XRP, you really should be looking into adding Axel to your portfolio for obvious reasons. Axelar is probably one of the most overlooked projects in this space, especially with their connections. I didn't even mention what kind of value it adds to the XRP ledger ecosystem, which is what we are going to be focused on today. Over here, we have the Axelar price chart. Now, there is some token unlocks as well to be aware of. Here we have the full schedule down here from August all the way up to about November. At the end of the month, there will be about 2.22% of the max supply unlocked. So roughly, 8 or almost 10% of the supply will be unlocked by the end of November. This is not a big concern to me because as we do look at the full schedule, this will be completed by the end of 2026, and the percentage that is released does get tapered off about roughly until November of this year. After that, it drops down to about roughly 1.16%. But the overall supply, 1.2 billion, is not too concerning. Do they have a max supply? It's saying that it's not a full max supply token, but there is no scheduled release after that. We really kind of just have to trust that they won't release any more tokens after that. That might be a big thing for a lot of people to avoid, which is totally fine. Everyone has their own thought process when it comes to this. I just want to fully break down the actual project and give you guys some insights on this. It is listed on pretty much every single major exchange out there. And before we even do continue, I know that you guys are probably even asking it right now, Nick, are you getting paid by this project? I'm not paid by any projects. I don't promote any paid projects. Axelar, I don't even have any contact with the team. I just think that it's a very solid project. Overall, the supply of it, the market cap, it does have tremendous upside potential with what they are doing and with all of the announcements that they already have announced on their X account and even on their website. Now, the big thing for me to focus on here is, are we going to potentially lose this low from July and target the lows of December of 2022? If we do, this is a no-brainer move to get some Axel, in my opinion. Not financial advice, of course, but I do think that Axelar is going to be a very big winner in this space with all of the connections that they have and with a lot of the players that they are working with. Now, talking more so about this, let's address the Ripple and Axelar Foundation partnership. Now, I've broken this down in previous videos. Even in the Axelar video that I made originally, I did break this down. Now, for most people, they think, all right, well, it's just interoperability, right? It's not just interoperability. Yes, it's enhancing XRP Ledger's interoperability itself across other blockchains, but this is mainly focused on DeFi initiatives. It's going to broaden the XRP Ledger's utility and reach itself, but it's going to increase the amount of opportunity for an example, the stablecoin, for liquidity provisions, for the DEX itself, and even the AMM. All of these things are going to be improved and ultimately provide even more reach to other networks as well through Axelar. I'm very excited about this, and also it's also to build upon the RWA and DeFi narrative even more. And we can actually see down here that such an advancement surpasses the initial focus of simple bridging transactions, where assets are typically locked on one chain and represented on another, with GMP transactions involving XRP and other assets can transcend the XRP ledger, fostering a higher level of sophistication and creating a more unified experience in dApps that utilize XRP. at the forefront of tokenizing RWAs. The XRP Ledger is establishing a new standard for blockchain interoperability that greatly benefits developers, validators, enterprises, and other participants with the XRP Ledger ecosystem focused on building with this use case. And yeah, another big thing to focus on here is, once you start to see cross-chain connectivity happen, you're now watching a lot of developers coming over and starting to build and grow these ecosystems as well. I'm very excited about this. Now, two quotes that really kind of stand out here is one from Axelar themselves, and then also another one from David Schwartz. We have connecting XRP Ledger demonstrates Axelar Network's market-leading ability to integrate diverse consensus mechanisms into a unified environment for building seamless user experiences that scale everywhere. Axelar already connects Cosmos, EVM, and Polkadot chains in its fast-growing network of interoperable blockchains. XRP Ledger adds a powerhouse of DeFi and RWA innovation into the growing Axelar ecosystem. The foundation is excited to support this integration and expand the interconnected world of Web3 together with Ripple and XRP Ledger. Then from David Schwartz, the advancement of blockchain interoperability can break down the silos between networks, enabling seamless interaction and value transfer across diverse platforms. This shift will drive innovation, particularly in DeFi, and could help lead to more interconnected and accessible blockchain ecosystems. This initiative from Axelar will help enhance the XRP Ledger's interoperability by extending it to a wider network of blockchain environments while complementing the XRP Ledger's rich feature set and opening up new pathways for utility and innovation. So innovation, utility, even developers, all this kind of stuff is now going to be, increased and really kind of complementing it. And I'm very excited about it, especially when it comes to Axelar because of how substantial this project is. Now, I'm not going to dive in to the ecosystem or products and stuff like that because I already did in an Axelar video previously. But what I want to focus on is what the Axelar team has been mentioning. So big shout out to Subjective Views for this. We have Making Interoperability Possible, JP Morgan's Onyx, Axelar, and XRP Ledger linkage. Here we have Onyx, JP Morgan's Onyx digital assets platform and Axelar Network partnered to demonstrate how smart contracts can manage large-scale client portfolios, execute trades, and automate portfolio management of tokenized assets across multiple blockchains. And this is from the executive director and head of growth at Onyx Digital Assets, said that they were interested in seeing how their private permission ledger could talk to other ledgers. And then the head of DeFi at Axelar themselves, formerly from Ripple, stated that with Axelar, you can now bridge all kinds of assets to the XRP Ledger, which will be beneficial for the AMMs on the XRP Ledger. Axelar connects to more than 60 different blockchains together, bridging centralized finance with decentralized finance, and has securely transferred over $6 billion across these chains. Earlier this year, it was announced that Axelar and Ripple had partnered to create the XRP Ledger EVM sidechain, using its exclusive bridge to source the native gas token EXRP from the XRP Ledger and facilitating seamless token transfers between XRP Ledger and 60 other blockchains through its decentralized validator network. Check this out.
Coming on to last year, where we've tested out 3 different forms of interoperability. One with a partner vendor called Onera, 2 others with partners vendors called Layer 0 and Axelar. So these were like individual technical experiments that we carried out, and we carried out in partnership with these vendors. And essentially what we tested out here was how our ledger, Onyx Digital Assets, could talk to other ledgers that are out there. And that's what we tested out.
Hey everyone, I'm Jason. I'm the head of DeFi at Axelar. Axelar is a decentralized full-stack interoperability platform. Axelar today connects over 60 blockchains, both EVM and non-EVMs. My background has primarily been in strategy and operations. Prior to joining Axelar as the head of DeFi, I was actually a Rippler myself. So super excited to be back here at Apex and seeing all of the energy around here. For me, interoperability is all about making user experience better in crypto, removing the complexities, removing liquidity fragmentation, and really creating a true, chain agnostic experience so we can onboard the next billion users.
Jason, let's chat a little bit about definitely an area of expertise for you, DeFi. How do you expect interoperability to play into the DeFi space? What improvements do you expect?
Yeah, I think when it comes to DeFi, interoperability is becoming more and more crucial. As we talked about earlier, as there's more and more chains, what we're seeing is that there's more and more DeFi applications scattered across all of these different blockchain ecosystems. And as a result of that is liquidity is also then scattered across all of these places. And a key value proposition of DeFi is that it needs to be as competitive as centralized exchanges, centralized venues. And for that to happen, you really need to be able to consolidate the liquidity to facilitate like competitive swaps and so on. And Axler is doing exactly that, right? We talked about earlier how with Axler, you can now bridge all kinds of assets to the XRPL. Axler, you can now bridge all kinds of assets to the XRPL, which will now enable the AMM that's being built on XRPL to be able to offer all kinds of assets that users want, giving the kind of coverage that a centralized exchange would have. The second piece is consolidating that liquidity all in a single place so that it really offers an experience that's just as competitive as these like centralized venues. I think also, just allowing users to be able to, come from all the chains, this just gives them more motivation for developers to be able to build more easily and build out those critical DeFi building blocks.
And that's exactly what we are focused on when it comes to the XRP ledger, right? Because institutional DeFi is now a big focus of Ripple's. We don't get there without something like Axler being at the forefront of this. And even over here, when you actually look at the background of Jason Ma from Axler, you can see that he was at Ripple for about roughly 8 months. Nothing too crazy there, but love to see it. Now, outside of this, we also have a new video from Axler. Again, Subjective Views posted this. I also have this image over here of Axler and how it embraces the Axler bridge for enhanced interoperability around the XRP ledger. But here we have Axler Network is uniting major players for blockchain interoperability. This is so crucial. I've talked about Quant on many occasions. I love what Quant's doing. It's really kind of connecting private networks to the DeFi and DLT space. When it comes to Axler, it's connecting all of the public networks together. I love what Axler is doing here. They're uniting major players for blockchain interoperability. Interop Labs is helping build the Axler network, a decentralized system designed to connect different blockchains. This network has caught the attention of major institutions like Citi, Deutsche Bank, MasterCard, and even Northern Trust, who sees the benefits of seamless communication between various systems. They believe that interoperability is essential for blockchain to truly reach its full potential. And that's exactly why we are looking at this when it comes to the XRP ledger and even XRP, because this could help allow XRP and the XRP ledger to truly take that next step to embrace DeFi as a whole and start pushing institutional DeFi out to the public. And we have the drive for interoperability is also gaining traction in DeFi, where apps and protocols are increasingly migrating across various blockchains to avoid the limitations of isolated ecosystems. Now check this out.
Right, and Jason, part of that is the progress that has been made with interoperability and the structure improving to foster these technologies and the advancement of them.
Yeah, and I think from the Interop Lab side, we're helping build this network called the XR network, and the XR network is essentially a cross-chain programmable network. It's decentralized, right? It has its own set of validators that operate it, and what we're seeing is essentially both on the public permissionless side and the private permission side, views towards interoperability. So I think somebody mentioned obviously around the institutional side, right? We recently did a paper with Citi, Deutsche Bank, MasterCard, and Northern Trust, where essentially these institutions are realizing that all the benefits that they're looking for from blockchain are actually based on interoperability. Yeah. And what do I mean by that, right? Somewhere in the mid-2010s, banks are looking at blockchain, right? And they said to themselves, we are trying to avoid the same issues that we've had over the course of 40, 50 years of tech infrastructure built one layer on top of the other, on top of the other, and obviously getting into essentially transactions where they're all reconciling the same exact data, right? But what came with those infrastructures that they built was essentially vendor lock-in, right? They're trying to avoid the same thing here, right? If you're going to have all of these different networks pop up, and each one is going to have their own ecosystem with their own trapped assets, you're essentially recreating the old world, right? So from the institutional side, I think we're seeing a lot of interest on that front, right? The other part of the equation is obviously on the public and permissionless side, right? And again, we're really probably put that into two buckets. We're seeing the, kind of apps and DeFi protocols that were built for one chain that are now kind of migrating over to interoperability. Uniswap is an example of one, Lido is another one.
Now, outside of this image over here of just really kind of embracing this for enhanced interoperability, we could actually see the XRP ledger on the left side. You can see Axler at the center point, and then the EVM sidechain on the right side. All of this is still providing access to and building on top of the utility for the XRP ledger. And then also over here, we have introducing the XRP ledger EVM sidechain, private sidechain, institutional X. That's again, institutions. This is all about institutions and enterprises. You can even see that up on the top right with the custom chain. You have the private side chain, you have the XRP ledger, you have the XRP ledger EVM sidechain, and then you have R&D as well. Now, outside of this, we know the stablecoin is coming, right? The Ripple USD stablecoin, big deal, love it. The thing about that is when we look at stablecoins, here we actually have stablecoin liquidity from the XRP ledger. AMM will likely come from Axler's integration of the XRP ledger in May of 2024. Now, we know that this hasn't launched yet, in my opinion. I might be wrong on that. Don't take it, as a 100% certainty, because I haven't really looked into the full-on launch just yet. But this is from vet_x0. We have, this may include USDC, and Circle doesn't have to be involved necessarily. I see two options here. Circle has a cross-chain transfer protocol, CCTP, to move USDC around different partnered blockchains such as Solana, Stellar, Algorand, etc. And Axler is an important part of Circle's CCTP for cross-chain messaging. In case Circle wants to issue USDC on the XRP ledger, apart from probably a huge business development effort and deal, it makes sense to make first the XRP ledger work with their CCTP by integrating the XRP ledger with the Axler network. In case Circle isn't officially taking the XRP ledger into its partnership network, the Axler integration can be used to bridge existing USDC on other chains to the XRP ledger. Either way, it can bring stablecoin liquidity to the XRP ledger by issuing IOU USDC on the main chain that is backed one-to-one by real USDC on another Circle supported chain, such as Ethereum, in a public and transparent way. But considering the fact that we now have the Ripple USD stablecoin, I don't think that it's a focus of USDC. I think that now we are going to start to see the Ripple USD stablecoin being interconnected because of Axler's integration with the XRP ledger. I'm very excited about this. I think that this is going to be a game changer. And even Axler themselves put out a full post regarding stablecoins, and we have stablecoins should be multi-chain. Interchain tokens give you the strength to make this a reality. Set a reminder for the live demo, building multi-chain stablecoins. Again, they are already looking at this and saying like, hey, stablecoins should be multi-chain. Now that we have the Ripple USD stablecoin, now that we have the Axler and XRP ledger integration, it's a perfect world for the stablecoin to now be not only interconnected with all of these other networks, but also institutional DeFi initiatives to be embraced on the XRP ledger. This is where we start to see everything coming into this space all at once, the building blocks to be here to finally have everything in place to harness and embrace institutions around DeFi and around all other use cases as well. I think that this is going to be a game changer for the XRP ledger, and I think everyone that does hold XRP should have at least a little bit of some exposure to Axel. And you don't have to buy it right now, wait to see what happens in the short term, but I really do think that Axel is going to be a game changer. I think it's going to be a big winner. Just be aware of the token unlocks. These typically lead to some sell pressure. Probably by the end of this month, we should see some lower price action, possibly back down into those December 2022 lows. We'll have to watch, wait, and see, but I really do think that Axler is a big winner in this space, especially with all of their connections, with everything that they're doing. And I do think that's going to provide a lot of value, a lot of utility, and even developers to come over to the XRP ledger and increase XRP itself in terms of not only the value, but also the utility behind it. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.